Good morning. So hope everybody can see my screen. My screen is visible to all of you. Uh,
Yes, yes, yes.
okay, okay. So I've started the recording. See, today we are going to discuss a basic part of the project management practices is human resource. Maybe many of you are well known who have done the MBA, who are doing these things day to day. But in terms of resourcing is very important for a project managers. Reason is many times resource crunch, resource unavailability, or capacity planning for the resources fall. Resource means not only human resource for those who are coming from non-IT background. Resource means also for materials that comes also under this human resource. So basically human resource management for a project management practices we tell that Sunanda, good morning,
Good
that
morning. So, Saptoshi, I think the class starts from 10:15, right?
the class not started yet.
Oh, acha, acha. Because I'm a bit confused. Because
No, it
from
is not
10
started.
o'clock, there was a pin, so I was confused. So,
No,
is
I
the
just
class from 10?
10:15 the class not started.
Okay,
Just
okay, okay. Then it's fine. Because I think I will miss
no
out
no
of
no 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 nothing
time.
miss.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
So human resource management is a key process that interacts with each other's will process in other knowledge area. So initial team members, additional team members and project activity during estimation. So we are all aware that whenever a new project has come, we first go for the acquisitions of team. We go for a team building depending upon to the capacity, capability and knowledge of that particular project. So we generally go for it, talent acquisitions people, asking them that we need this kind of a people. So they either go it for bench or pool or they hire people from outside, depending upon to the project cost. Human resource whoever will acquire for the project are all billable. So depending upon to the need, we will project managers will give an idea to the talent acquisitions that these are my requirement for the project which we will uh, start with depending upon to the project structure. Now just like to know Sunanda, you were working uh, PwC, so this is your the area which I am discussing, it is very much known to you. Whenever you have done MBA, even in PwC, this human resource management because is very much needed because PwC is a consulting firm. They not only engage people from outside. PwC has three kind of a vendors. You can know, Sunanda. One is in payroll, second is third payroll, and third is joint venture. So those comes resources, human resource to your premises with a different batch. PwC has a three different batch: orange, green, and one is amber. So orange is for those who were inside PwC. Green is a third party vendor. Now my question is, when we are influencing the project team, here you have both team members. Sunanda, you are a project manager, you have a team members of 9, 5 are from PwC and 4 are hired from third party vendor. That is a workforce management. You are a project managers. Those who have been hired from outside, they should be aligned with the PwC culture, training, all has done. Project kickoff meeting is starting. Now you as a project managers to make all the resources under one umbrella to get execute the project in time depending upon to the capacity and capability of the human resource whoever in hired. Now in this case what are the challenges, Sunanda, you face? Because you all have two kind of resource: external resource, internal resource. So there might be some gap. External resource, you may not know that how much they are working, what is their capacity, whether they are working at all, because they are billable. And your resources, they are also billable, but at the end of the day, client ask you that every weekend, sorry, every Friday you have to raise a PO for all the billable resource, whoever is working, and it is a time and material contract, TLM contract. So what are the challenges you face for the team building during starting and execution of the project?
So, as per my understanding, there might be situation where the third party employees might not feel that much liable for their work. They might feel like not very encouraged or engrossed in the work they have been assigned, so they might be left out. And on the other hand, the direct employees must be like giving more effort, so making like building a team with same follow whose principles are same, like if they are working on the same page, that might be like problem for me initially. But building a like making team bonding on frequent even, so that might help.
Okay. Any other idea? Rajiv, Oracle, Kolkata.
Yes, I mean, if I have some team members coming from third party vendor, first of all, there should be some onboarding process for them, like project onboarding process and practice onboarding process that we follow. So there are mandatory like trainings, like mandatory some certifications, security training that they have to gone through first. Okay, that is the mandatory thing, and then once all are completed from the all the employees, then we introduce them to the customer, okay,
Okay.
for which they are working for. And then also like the regular team meetings, team bonding activities, then the setting the expectation, okay, from them has to be maintained rigorously on regular basis.
Right, very good, Rajiv. Shunanda, I am also agreed. I am also agreed with Rajiv. So, if somebody asks this kind of questions, we are all, I am all agree with all of you. The thing is that I am going for a common organizational level or enterprise level common goal. So first of all, the employee whoever will hired from external third party as a joint ventures, those people needs to understand the company culture, need to do some mandatory training, security training, some organizational level training, soft skill training, and after that you will onboard those people with a green signal from human resource team, HR team. They go for a kind of a background verifications. When this background verification comes, that is also done by the third party, and then you go for a security level audit, that whether in the same organization, same team, whether all will use the same applications or it will be a kind of a role based security. Those who are from internally, they can access many of the portal of the PwC, but those who have come from other organizations, they can only access some of the PwC's websites, not all. They have also, in terms of cyber security, they will give some machines, they will sit with the team. Those machines should have a firewall blocked and cannot access other things, security reason, but common artifacts they can do. Now we have a different activities. to build a team, like plan, acquire, develop, and manage. This is our all day-to-day activity, and it is a continuous process for our project management practices. So when we go for a plan, human resource, we first go for the project life cycle, how work will be executed, a change management plan, CR, configuration management plan, where all the artifacts are there, documents are there. So those things should be configured along with the projects, enterprise level, that you can give access to all the people so that they can get the project overview, either it GitHub, Microsoft Team, or Tortoise Subversion. Many of you heard. So those tools is basically used for giving the configuration management to the all the resources. Needs to method of communicated among the stakeholders. Now what Rajiv was saying, once onboarding is done, then we have to introduce all the team members before the client. These are my teams, their capacity, capability. According to the Reiki matrix, this guy is doing as a architect, he is a developer, he is a tester, he is an UX designer. So that will be a kind of a kick-off meeting, and then the client all aware that all are working is a TNM contract. So they have asked you for a track. Ideally what happened in TNM contract, client have given a tool that is tracked. Whenever these people logged in, their billability starts per hour basis, how much they are working, so including this time. If they take leave, that won't calculate for the invoice. You have to make these things distribute to the accounts team in TNM contract, that this person has taken leave and it's a off day. You guys have seen in Microsoft project. Tomorrow I will demonstrate you. In Microsoft project, we can easily demonstrate this non-working day by clicking these things. A person Rajiv has taken leave from this day to that day. So in TNM contract, those days won't calculate Rajiv's for the billability per hour basis. He is asking $8. So on 4 days, it will be null for the company's prospect. So and when you raise the PO, you will have a clear clarifications that he is not working. But the only thing challenges for TNM contract for the employee who have been on board, if any of them has left, put paper, or you understand that they are not that much competent as they should according to the RACI matrix, then it is again a challenge, because billability has started. Rajiv as a project manager, he is facing two of his team members that they are not that much confident. So bill has started. Client is hammering Rajiv that why you are asked this person on board. So we have cleared everything. Now we are not getting the deliverables, and the time is also require much. So what is the mitigations plan if this situation persists? Ashwin, my question is clear to you. You are a project manager. You hired two kind of a team members. One is your own organizations, another is third party. You understand during starting of the project of TNM contract, two of your team members from outside, that means who have come to the joint venture, they are not working properly. Reason is your project is getting delayed, billability hampers. Client has asked you that please replace these two resource immediately, otherwise we will close that particular resource billability for next quarter. What is your mitigations plan? Is an issue, it is not a risk, it is an issue. So what is your plan to resolve the issue? Ashwin, am I audible?
Yes,
Amit?
yes, you are audible. You are
Okay,
audible.
okay. So Ashwin, are
Hello,
you there?
hello.
Yeah, Ashwin, are you there? Can you hear me?
One second.
Yeah, you are audible, Ashwin. Ashwin, are you there? I think he lost. Who can tell? Amit from TCS. What is your idea? Who can tell? Sunanda?
So what I feel is giving a proper training for the people who are facing trouble in understanding the project process. And if so,
Sorry,
if
am I
the
audible?
training is also not
Yes,
fruitful,
yes.
then I
Mhm.
think the role should be given to somebody else.
Okay, Sunanda. Yeah, Ashwin, you are now audible. So what is your
Sorry.
answer? I think I explained you. If you not, I can repeat.
Yeah, because your voice was not audible. That's the reason why.
Okay, I am repeating. You are a project manager. You are handling
Okay.
two kind of people. One is your internal resource, another is third party resource. Now, third party resources are not performing well, and it is a T&M contract. Client has escalated you and ask you to replace these two resources immediately. Otherwise, they will close the billability for the next quarter. What is your? This is an issue, and how you resolve this issue?
So, as per my knowledge, what I will do, so I will allocate the internal, whatever the internal resources which I do have it. First, I will allocate them to this task. Meanwhile, I will check the what exactly the gap identification for that third party resources. If there is an training required, so we will provide them a training, or else training and one more things we can do it. I guess we can provide that training, and we can again onboard them.
But whenever you are giving training, training is not a free of cost. Sunanda, Ashwin, Rajiv, everybody. Training
Uh,
needs cost.
yes,
So that
yes,
cost
yes.
is included inside the project cost in the baseline. But your training
Actually,
should.
if I think, Saptashida, like if customer is saying that this resource is not performing and he or she need to be replaced soon, then I think, I mean, to maintain the relationship, good relationship with customer, there is no way like to retain that particular person in the same project.
Acha.
So in that case,
Hmm.
we'll, I mean, generally there is a tip, and we talk to the HR to replace that person if possible. Okay, and there should be some proper handover KT session to the new joiners who will be joining. Like 1 or 2 months overlapping period should be there, and then after that, that person, identified person, should be released from the project
So I
after
understand,
getting the
Rajiv.
proper handover session from that employee.
I understand, Rajiv, Ashwin, Sunanda. All of three you are saying to replace the resource. So do you think that a good program managers or project managers first of all will directly talk to the HR team that replace him to others rather than doing the RCA and impact analysis, and will do a kind of a sessions. Maybe you guys have heard one term skip level meeting when we go for appraisal. So it's my practices. I do these things in Ericsson. So always don't go for the HR. That is the last option, Rajiv. It should be resolved in the another way, alternate way. The two resource who are not
Mhm,
performing, you
mhm,
can ask that particular resource to work, or you just add one resource to with him who is a senior resource and from your organizations, that how he is doing. It's the kind of a shadow. The client is seeing that that particular resource is billable per hour basis.
So,
Maybe he's.
Saptoshi, that is what a training is. That is what I was referring to, like giving a training or a shadow. That is also a kind of training by the person who are already in the project and who are already working well. So that is what
Hmm.
I'm saying. Like that is also
Okay,
kind of training. So that won't require additional
money.
cost for the project.
Right.
And I don't think so. Replace. I said
Yes.
role reversal. I think for uh, placing him in some other role which is not like that much
That much
important for the
important.
like project, but also he can contribute a bit for the project.
So you can do a kind of a shadow and reverse shadow, that maybe a person is not competent because he have some domain knowledge, lack of domain knowledge. A person who has knowledge, he will give him kind of a shadow, life shadow. It's not like a training. A training is like two kind of training. One is classroom training that we are all giving. That is, you are have a time that is allotted and money has been given to you. For that, a trainer comes and give the training. Here it is project training. In the project training live sessions, there is a no scope, so a shadow and reverse shadow can be worked. If that is also failed, that resource is not able to understand what is, then you can talk to him to understand his scope, because he has been recruited from a specific skill who have taken his interview. Then you share these things to HR managers. Then HR managers will take the appropriate actions. For the third party, they can talk to his organizations to replace him with a new person, because for him there is a no PIP. PIP is only applicable for internal resources who are working for PwC, TCS, and Oracle, right? So for him it is not. So in workforce team, they have a ready-made resource they can replace to another person, but it is not a good, because client who are seen this resource on board, a good discussions, amicable relationship, last 7 days, all of a sudden that resource is not performing, it impact to your customer satisfaction metrics. Whenever you are delivered your deliverables, that make an issue. So try to avoid that. Before you start the project, make this team on board. You being a project manager, do kind of a this resource activity check according to the RIXI metrics, that who will be involved for which particular stage. After you break your requirement into smaller part, work breakdown structure or sprint planning, and if you feel understand some of the resource before they go on board, they need training, Sunanda. You have a buffer time. Your project is starting, let's say, from 19th of June, and you are doing this resource allocations and all on 13th. So you have a 4 or 5 day times you can give training. That will be a project training. When you are giving a training, one dedicated person will give training to those people who do not have knowledge, and then make them on board. And after the training, within 1 or 2 days, you ask that resource to give a prototype or what they have understand. It is called a discovery document or understanding document. So training is not like you have done the training room, you take a coffee and you go. That is happened to our case, but now not, it's not, because everything is billable. So when these people are trained, you ask them to perform within 2 days and understand then what their understanding is. Make Ask them to make a discovery document, understanding document. You verify that if it is on according to the mark benchmark, then fine. If you find there is something lead or lag, then you can go for a reverse shadow, or ask a senior resource to be replaced to that particular person to start the project. Intimate the same things to the stakeholders, whoever are, maybe your spock. If it is an on-site spock, your own company man, so he will interact with the client to ask them that I am replacing Rajiv with Sunanda for this reason, and please intimate the same to client, and then we can start. Then it will be a process oriented. Otherwise, it's not good practices. Clear, everybody? Any question? So here you can see Sunanda, everybody, this is the DC matrix. Here is these are the roles, and according to the roles, these are all their performance and involvement. This analyst Smith is accountable, sometime consult, inform and inform. This RISI matrix is very very important. If this is not clear, na, the project managers, what happen is either any one or two resources is over allocated or under allocated. Even they are, they are doing quarrel among themselves. Why Shunandadi, you have been involved me, I do not have knowledge. Shunanda will be liable. Shunanda will say, no, I have given you training, and she is saying, no, this is not my work, I am a tester. For example, just example, I should do the testing part. Why you are asking me to identify the bugs, which is a part of the development team, and then the development team again comes, Shunanda, that I am doing the unit testing. You ask me, I am a liable person. Yeah, but in this stage I should inform only the QA team that my testing has done and it is their part to start. Now what Sunanda will say? It is totally a mess. I have seen many project managers, they do not maintain these things. Reason is, when the project goes for the execution phase, control monitoring phase, resource are unrest, resource unrest happen. So what happened? It is happened to all of you. So you cannot, I did not find any single resource in my last 4 years training. I have given training more than 100 people. I did not find a single resource. He was saying that, Saptushita, I was very happy with the project I am. Even other countries also, they were obviously saying that I am been involved, Saptushita, ye nahi ho raha hai, this is not happening, this is not happening. I am they are asked me to join as a program manager and then they are asked me to do the development. This is not fair. I have joined here. Nobody has told me I'm good zone. So my answer is, so if you are joining there as a program manager, project manager, your role has already assigned, and your line manager is well known what roles you are hiring for, right? So before you go for onboard the training, you talk to your human resource team, you talk to your line manager, and your product owner as well, because he has the every products deliverables things to understand your deliverables. It may happen that all the rexy metrics for you not end to end happening for every delivery, but at least 70%, rest 30% we can manage. But if it is happen that 50% is happen, rest 50% is not happening, then there is some unrest happen in between the resources. And reason is, resources are either putting their paper, they want to change their project. All of you know this, they are asking their line manager, I am not happy, it's not my need to do, I have to change my project, it is monotonous. So the line manager will talk to the project managers, his accountability for the resources who are working. So everything, even the RISI matrix has been applied very good, but some of the resources, Shunanda, they are kind of tailgating. They obviously try to bypass the complex part and they want it to be get done to the senior resource or a dedicated resource, kind of a smart resource. Identify them. They are just very, they can spoil your entire team. For that you can have a one-to-one sessions, you can have a group meeting, you can have a different kind of a informal in or formal meeting as well, to identify this kind of resource, make them understand that what they are doing, their requirement, and if required, escalate these things to HR. HR will give them some alert. If that is also not possible, it is not your hand. You ask that resource to go to PIP for 1 month and give some tasks to him. If he is past the PIP, he will again recruit for your project. If not, then HR will take the necessary action. I think everybody should agree with me. Everybody to their organizations are working and not 100% happy. They are always, all of you are saying that there are some gap, I am not getting the project, kind of I am looking. So it's not possible. Even when AI has come, many of your task is done by the AI itself. So what you have to know as a program manager or a project manager, How AI can load balance your physical human resource and give you the actual live data that you can put the repository and generates a kind of a futuristic analysis with your resource, that how you will make your team so that you can get a success rate of at least 90%. Honestly speaking, if you scroll your resource, if you ask him the resource to replace that on get the solution, that particular resource will already told something against you to other resource, so it will be broadcast to entire team. So that's not a good practices. Sometimes Shunanda resources are over allocated, they are working overtime, so they are asking you that Shunandadi, we are not getting comp off. So you can give the comp of, you can give a kind of a other, if comp of is not possible, you can ask him to work from home, that you have worked on Saturday or you have worked 12 hours, or sometimes happen that we have a common resource histogram that we used to generate it to our dashboard, that who is the key performer for that particular quarter, everybody knows. So we broadcast that resource name to our company's dashboard, maybe LinkedIn, or maybe any, that he is a key performer, so that resource is motivated, and other junior resource will be a pursuer of that particular task, because they will feel that if I can reach, I will be awarded with the person who have been given this award, right? So it is a continuous process. Eventually the human resource, whoever are working with you, they come before you that Sunandade, I am not getting the proper remunerations during the appraisal session. Everybody is asking that my salary should increase. Now Sunanda as a project manager, so if she agreed all the resources demand, then she will be nowhere. She has to pay the amount from her pocket. So what is the idea? This is another situational based question. Human resource are working with you during appraisal session. Everybody, five resources are asking Sunandadi, I need our salary to be get hiked because this project is very complex project. We have given 24 hours, even they are, one is saying 32 hours, one is saying Sunandadi, I have come during wee hours, and these are all challenges because appraisal, they are giving you the KRA. Now Shunanda will put the KPI, and then the dashboard will prepare and will understand whose salary will actually needs to be increased. How will you do this? What is the best practice? Anyone? My question is
So,
clear, na?
can we refer the velocity metrics or throughput of each and every sprint, those who are working within that sprint to complete the task?
Velocity matrix कहाँ पर आ रहा है यार?
नहीं नहीं
Velocity,
थ्रूपुट
अच्छा.
थ्रूपुट
So the throughput, what throughput?
means whatever the task we have allocated to each and every employee, and how many they have delivered successfully,
Hmm.
and that definition has to be decided by a project manager.
Hmm.
ये एक पहला हो सकता है सर.
Yeah, so that you want to say, we have a, dashboard which is come Shunanda, in Agile. We have a dashboard called burn up and burn down chart. Shunanda, you will learn these things. Don't worry. So this burn up and burn down chart is a top down and bottom up approach, where we put whoever is working day to day for my project. I will put these things, that how much work they have been done and how much work that been assigned to them, where they are and where they were in previous days, and what is their deliverables in the coming days. According to that dashboard, we can prepare a kind of a velocity for that particular resource by which we can take a decision. This is number one scenario. Number two scenario, if it is a waterfall model or hybrid model, combination of agile or waterfall, or DevOps model, then what we can do, Sunanda, we can, the best practices is, yes, you collect these things from the tools Jira and Confluence or Microsoft Project. Fine. You should meet with the team. First, you do a team meet. Then you go for a skip level meeting one to one and get their idea. Put those things into the dashboard. And if it is an AI enabled, let's say Copilot and ChatGPT, you put those their psychological demand to those in bot, because this bot has been prepared with a deep learning features and NPA network, neural network. So that bot will give an idea, at least idea, that this particular resource is lying. He did not do any of the work, but he is a smart resource. He is working very good. All the deliverables has been done, but some other person is helping. Just try to identify who is that person. It happens. It may also happen that a particular resource is claiming that Shunandade, I am worked for 32 hours and I have delivered all these things, but he has actually worked 14 hours. Rest hours he only come to show you that he has been dedicated for the project, but he doesn't has any work to do. I'm right, everybody. So you have to identify these things and will make a bell curve. Nowadays is bell curve is obsolete. We go for a resource histogram, statistics by which we can collect the data using bot, and we can generate the report by which we can go for salary increase. So we cannot go for a salary increase for all. We have, if it is a fixed price project or time and materials, everything has been already written into the SLA. So you can go 1%, 2%, depending upon to the role and responsibility. If a person is highly billable and also his salary is very high, very difficult to increase his salary. Maybe 1%. You can satisfy that resource in other ways. You can ask him for on-site. If you can ask him to work from home, you can ask him that resource that, okay, Rajiv, you have done a very good job. You are a senior resource. You can do a PMP training free. We will provide you. These are the all motivations for the human resources to involve as much as you can. Any question? Shunanda, Rajiv, Ashwin.
No, I am good.
Okay. Okay. So I'm telling you all in real time scenario. These all of you are facing. So now a project organizational chart, a project organization chart is a graphic display the project team members and their reporting relationship. Staffing management plan. Staffing management plan is a component of human resource plan to describe when and how the project team members will acquire and how long they will be needed. And staff acquisitions, that you will have to pass to the talent acquisition team. This is called a roster analysis. You have these rosters for this particular quarter, and these resources are needed according to your demand. You just uh, pass these things to talent acquisitions and ask them, this is my cost baseline, so I need two resource within this budget. You negotiate, talent acquisition team negotiate and make them things on board before their background verification started. Once your offer letter has been given, then your BV has been started. They ask you to upload your documents to their CRM system portal, and you transfer these things to a third party who are starting background verifications. In between, you ask that resource to be joined and go for a training. This is called sprint zero, where every time not calculated as a project time, but it is a buffer time where during background verifications resources are coming and they are giving them training for the projects. Domain knowledge, one is an horizontal, one is vertical. So horizontal is something which is you are working, maybe telecom, maybe healthcare, and vertical is something which is related with your horizontal, the technology you are use, Salesforce, Microsoft Azure, DevOps, Oracle. So those things should have been discussed during this session. So when that background verification complete, green has come, you want to ask that person to be get on board. This is the practices. Huh? So if anything comes to background verification red, then you should not ask that resource to go on board. Rather, he should clarify it himself that why this background verification come into red. Maybe different issue. That is not your headache, but part of the project. This is a resource histogram. This has been created using AI. This resource histogram I created using Power BI. So here you can see person per hour members and here per week. You can see depending upon to the week 16th and week 1, the load is increasing gradually and decreasing last of the week because the project is end. And though you can see week 2 and week 3, week 4, most of the resource utilizations is happened because it is execution phase. And from week 8 to week 13, you can see the graph is decreasing because this is the project testing phase. And in week 15 and 16, project closure because it goes to the UAT, supposed to go for go live. Called resource histogram. This is also a statistics. Okay, so resource management plan is consist of staff release plan, training needs, what Sunanda Ashwin was saying, recognition rewards, I told how you can recognize, and compliance and safety. There will be a staff release plan. No staff should work indefinitely to your project. If your project is a 1 month project, it is done. You have to release that project, team, and ask him to be go to this bench. Nowadays, it's not a there are two kind of bench. I believe all of you know. One is company wide bench (CAB), and another is project bench. So ideally, when the project gets sent, the resource come to the project bench. They try to the project manager try to identify if any CR, any enhancement required that particular person to be get involved, or a new pipeline project which is come unless and until it's not come, they ask our resources to do some homework training, or may ask them to do a kind of a job in house so that they can prepare for the pipeline. If that pipeline project not come, then you will be release those resource from your project team to your company wise bench CAV. So there then they will ask other line managers to be involved for other projects. According to they have to prepare for an interview for that manager's client, and then they will be involved. If that person is not able to crack multiple time when he is in bench, then of course if it is a 1 month, then HR managers will give a high alert that if you are not able to do, then we have to take the necessary actions. Obviously we human resource people try to involve the team to other projects depending upon to the need, but if it is something that that particular resource have worked not good in CRM system, when you are releasing Rajiv, for example, I am putting a comment against Rajiv. That will be very troublesome for him because when Rajiv is giving an interview to another project manager at Oracle, so he will see how he has performed. So he will not take the Rajiv on board because he feel that if he can do the same things, his project will be affected. But that is on also bad practices. I have worked Ericsson in, and it's a very big company. Our HR head India locations were Suneta Anand. You can see in the LinkedIn, and she is a very talented person from IIM Joka, Calcutta. So what she was doing in our Ericsson, we have this kind of a resource. So rather than giving the scope to the project manager that Rajiv is working not good to that project, I am not entertain Rajiv to my project. There is no scope. Rather, what we will do, we will ask that project managers, okay, he has done a particular project not good, but you do not expect that you will get all the best person to your project. So if you get all the best person of the project, who will be the worst person? So who will take the worst person? Sunanda, she is a project manager of Ericsson, and she will expect that she will get all the worst person, and you are filtering. It's not. You have to take Rajiv. and give him a chance and onboard him, give training required, and if he is not performing, then we will take that action. So it is very strict rules for Ericsson and in India. No project managers can these things, tell that oh Rajiv is not doing good work. Other previous project I won't take him. That not happened, but that is happened. This lobby in Cognizant, even in IBM also. I have seen these things. Mm, even TCS also. I must say, I never work TCS. Don't take me otherwise. I work
But
IBM.
Shaptoshi, in PwC as well, like a team consists of like a mixed batch. Like there is not like an excellent
Good.
performer throughout. But
PwC is a
we
good
do focus on the quality of the work always.
resource.
And if a person is not performing well, there are constant training or the
Yes,
shadow which
that will be
you
the best practice.
referred in the
Yes,
beginning. So there is always a shadow session for that individual, that so that he is constantly encouraged to perform well. So that is the
absolutely.
policy we follow.
PwC has this policy, and reason is PwC whoever joined, there are some stabilities, but TCS was also has this kind of things. But nowadays, this is not happening. These practices, I don't know, and even Cognizant was also they have that policy, but nowadays not happening. PwC, Deloitte, KPMG, these are the few Ericsson organizations, they do these practices because they are a consulting firm, so they have ample of chances to involve the resource with the different projects. Giving training is not only the solution. After training they need to perform. Ask them that I am giving you 1 month's time. After you training, you do this something which I'm looking for. Maybe some product, maybe some use cases that you can sell before the client, existing client or new client. So that is maybe he is not billable, he is in bench. You are giving him opportunity to learn and perform, and then you can resell these things to your company's other clients. So then the revenue is generated for this 1 month or 2 months, which four resources have worked under you, non-billable. But when the product is get ready, it is your duty, Shunanda, to pitch that product to the client. If the client is agreed, then the revenue is starting. So those resources then will be on board, and it will be a new MVP. Any question? Ashwin, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so during interview, the way I am telling, the way Shunanda was telling, Rajiv, you have to give this kind of an explanations. Otherwise, what interviewer will understand that you have done this thing theoretically. What I
Hmm.
am trying to get practical knowledge, and yes, this is the best practices. Okay, so multi-criteria decision as an analysis consists of availability, cost, experience, knowledge, skill, attitude, and international factors. So these are all related to resource, cost, experience, ability, knowledge, skills, attitude. Many resources do not have that attitude. They are first they come, they have attitude problem. They are saying, Rajiv, I am not feeling well to work with you because here I am feeling excessive pressures. So I'm not feeling well. So every day is coming and Rajiv is saying, getting this reply from this resource. He is not motivated. So Rajiv can change his attitude by giving what Shunanda was saying, giving training, giving alternate analysis, try to understand why he is doing. A project manager, a good project manager should be a good diplomat. A project manager should know the diplomacy, and that is also, when we do a project management practices, we give training, soft skill training, stress relieving training, where we learn that how to go for diplomatic way to resolve the issue, both with the client and inside the stakeholders. You cannot change a person who is not working with you and they are saying I'm not working because Rajibda I'm feeling I'm insecure. So you have to go on with that resource to make him secure that you are with him. If you are telling that okay, you are not working with me, I will release you from the project, then you are a bad project manager. Anyway, you should be very diplomat. Sometimes happen that Shunanda is working very hard and XYZ is not working properly because her or his scope is not defined. He doesn't understand what he needs to do. Reason is his RAM, responsible accountable matrix or RACI matrix, not prepared. So what you can do him, he is sitting idle. You ask him to work with Chunanda as a shadow. Try to grasp what she is doing, and when Shunanda will be over allocated for a particular work package, ask him to do the rest of the work. Let's say 70% development is doing by Shunanda, 30% that particular resource documentations. So he can do it. He is a junior resource. But the billability is coming from Shunanda. She is a billable 100% billable. But that resource who is working with Shunanda, he is also billable, but his billability started, but you are not able to make him on board. You are just shadowing him before the client. During the client meeting or status report, you ask that resource, and you diplomatically you ask that what he has done. Maybe the work he has done is not relevant to him, but he is saying he has done this work. The work actually done by Shunanda, he has done kind of a documentations. So, but the client will not go on micro level to understand that junior resource what he has done. But yes, client will of course take kind of a this status report from Shunanda because she is a senior resource, or Rajiv, that what is his deliverables according to the milestone fixed that project plan we make and distribute to the client. Uh, Now, interpersonal skill is required, soft skill, behavioral skill, that all of you know. I'm not going. PwC, Cognizant, Oracle, all of you are getting this interpersonal soft skill training to handle these situations. Some of our project managers, they avoid this soft skill training. They feel that this training is for 1 year. You have to show that I have done this kind of a training and certification. They only join for these things. They only do for this kind of a certification, but it's a bad practice. They go training during before the appraisal. They do 9 to 10 training, and within a year they sit idle. The HR managers is hammering project managers, and project manager is intentionally saying that I am engaged, I cannot join the training because he feel that ये कर कर क्या होगा, this soft skill training, behavioral training. No, what is the meaning for that? I am engaged with the delivery and I am quite happy, but this is not the good practice. Anyway, so as per the Tuckman theorem, Shunanda, you heard this term. Tuckman is a scientist, and in MBA, you heard the terminology Maslow hierarchy. And this Maslow hierarchy and Tuckman theorem is telling you that during project executions, we have a 5 different phase: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjoining. Forming means the phase where the team needs to learn about what you are saying, project and their formal role. Storming, during this phase, team begins address and project work and technical discussions. Norming is means all people are normalized. That okay, I understand what need to do. Performing, they are performing. Actor, they are working as an actor. Last phase, adjoining phase, team completes the work and moves out, and deliverables is done. This is a Tuckman theorem. Remember, just try to relink. I have discussed PDCA, Plan Do Check Act. So this is also a part of Plan Do Check Act of the quality compliance. Okay, next is the recognition rewards. People always you know that how you can recognize and rewards. I already discussed. So this is a most important part. Human resource who are working, they should not be over allocated. They should be balanced. How we can do the performance assessment? Some of the resources are working co-locations. So very hard to track. Your resources are working to co-locations on site offshore. So you are going for a daily stand-up. accumulating their deliverables. So you can get these things from Jira as a tool, that what they are doing, you are tracking them. It is not possible you to go there and talk to him. You can go a one-to-one sessions after the project or before the appraisal, that what is their input if he is facing some issue. Some resources are very shy in my experience, they're not able to speak much. Not they are performing, but when because they have shy, their fear, they feel that Rajiv will scroll me if I am not perform, if I am not staying at office 9 hours. So this is not the work. In Ericsson, two or three project managers has been alerted 3 times. They feel that they are very their attitude is very angry. They intentionally do. I won't tell their name. Many of you may know their name. They are in LinkedIn. They their attitude is that they are very angry. So why they are doing these things? They are very senior. People do not. They feel that they will keep inside the glass room. Nobody will approach him. No resource will go. And you know what they were doing. No resources are not aware, but resources feel shy to go him their attitude. But this is not the way. A project manager should be a friendly, that is a cross functional team. We have foster open communications between the product owner and stakeholders and the team, and try to understand their requirement, make resolutions. Nowadays everybody is agile practitioner on that. It was happening to my during my time 2010, 12, 14, 16. On that time we do not have that much of this AI and all. Only the managers they were offered a centralized room. So people knocked their door. Saptashida, should I come? So the manager was saying, no, 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 I am busy, don't come now. And even sometimes we have an internal communicator, we need to ask a manager, should I come? He says no, but he is not doing nothing else. Now it is totally different, but till now I will tell many of the managers, program managers, their attitude is not friendly. They should be approachable. You should approach him friendly manner. They again the diplomacy comes that you are friendly with your deliverables, you need your deliverables, reason is you are friendly. But when you feel that a resource is not delivery your deliverables, you should be diplomat. That is how I my practices, and I got success. My 24 years I was in IT. This is the best practices you should also try. Uh, and to develop an output is performance assessment. As a result, conducting evaluation term overall performance project management team that identifies specific training, coaching, whatever you are saying, and appropriate required resource necessary to achieve the implement the improvement. So, Rajiv, the last question is just to like to ask you. Human resource
Mm,
management plan is the performance assessment plan. Depend
mm,
upon to the performance of the human and whoever are working, and you have an issue log where
mm,
every issue, including the human resource who are working, not working, in between any issue comes, people put their paper, people want to change their project, all are issues. So you see all the issues on your dashboard. So what is your strategy? How you start with to resolve the issue one after another?
yeah, I mean, yeah, during the performance appraisal phase, uh, we used to have a one-to-one with the resources,
Okay.
and in the one-to-one meeting, we usually have a template,
Hmm.
and the template contains
What template?
what is the
What
work
template?
done by the resource in the current
Rajiv.
assignment, what is their utilization, then whether they have some aspirations. Okay, if they are some like happy with working in the organization, or they have some other aspirations. Somebody may have aspiration like getting a promotion or getting a hike. Somebody wants to change the role of his current position. Okay, so all these are taken care into a template.
What template?
Okay.
What is the name
Yes,
of the template?
there is the Excel template that we
I
follow,
know Excel
and all
template.
their
What is the
aspiration,
name?
whatever work they have done. Also, apart from project work, what else they have done? Maybe they have contributed in recruitment, like taking interviews, or they have conducted trainings to the other employees in the organization, or they have developed some component or some product internally. Okay, that have been published in the organization level. So
Okay.
all these aspects are taken care in the template. Okay.
Okay.
Then
The,
once the template are have been taken, then we usually have one-to-one discussion with the resource.
okay.
So
So the name of the
usually
template is
there will be some complaints from the resources like they are not getting hike for last 3 years. Okay, there is no hike in the organization level, or they are not getting the proper load. Okay, so in those cases, we what we do, because we are like intermediate managers, we have higher management as well. So usually we represent their concerns, their issue to the higher management. Let's say for some resource, they are performing very well for last 2 years. Okay. In my project also, we get feedback from other project managers as well, whatever they have worked on past. So, on based on the feedback, we propose them that these resource should get a rating, let's say of 5 or something, and then this resource is eligible for a promotion. Okay, this year. So we recommend our suggestion to the higher management. Okay, and then accordingly, when the appraisal cycle comes, then based on the obviously everybody won't get that promotion or a hike or something, but whoever is like a more eligible, we propose them to the higher management, and higher management take the own decision. Okay.
okay.
And then obviously we set the expectation. For example, if somebody is saying that I'm not getting the promotion, okay, for last 2 years, then we obviously suggest them because they have their own designation. And when comparing with their own designation with others, okay, we always highlight like what others are doing in the same designation. Maybe they're contributing into something else. They are participating in other organization activities, for example, publishing white papers, or publishing blogs, or doing some campaigning in the LinkedIn. Okay, so we highlight all those points to those resources and saying that if you want to achieve a higher rank, a higher rating in this appraisal, you have to at least cover these few things. Okay, because everybody is contributing in the project at their capacity, and if you want some good rating at your name, then you have to contribute in those areas as well. Like that we set the expectation.
Very good. Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you very much. So, you're absolutely right, and that document in metrics is called this one work performance report. This work performance report in the Excel sheet, what he has discussed is absolutely right. This is the matrix, which is what he has discussed will be there, and accordingly that we can understand the resource. Every appraisal we are usually set some KRA, and this KRA is directly go to the resources, and they feed that KRA according to the number. Let's say for training of PMP training, that is 7. Let's say for Azure DevOps training, 6. So these are the KRA and this is number. So they will put these things, and that KRA will go to the project manager's dashboard, and some of them the project manager will approve, some of them ask the clarification. If the team will give the clarifications, once is approved, then final appraisal report goes to project manager, and he says these things to human resource team as well. If it is increasing of salary and all, the line manager will take the final decisions according to the project cost, revenue, ROI, and incoming project based pipeline, depending upon to resource how long he is there, 2 years, 3 years, that particular project or other projects, what he is doing, what he is saying. Rajiv, any organizational level activities, social activities, like posting LinkedIn, or job referral, to be some extent, some of the people get to their in TCS C3A C3B, they get referral bonus, but not C4. Referral bonus is also a kind of a recognitions. Rajiv, you are a senior person. You can't get the referral bonus. Even I didn't get. But junior resources very much come to this to refer their peers, so that the talent acquisition get an appropriate CV, because their work is less, because it is whenever you are referring, you know that person very well. And human resource team at present, they put the resume to a bot firstly analyze these things, the key things, and if it is shortlisted, then they call to that particular resource for a discussion. And after the first round of discussion, it goes to the project manager to get discussed about his project deliverables, organizational level, and how the resources, the knowledge they have, particular resource. Knowledge is not like you have to know everything. They just try to understand that how much capacity you have to take a leadership role during the risk, or during issues, during any unavoidable circumstances that arise. So these are all parameters, are part of the human resource management activities. So that's it. Any questions, anybody? Sunanda, are you
Shakti, I
okay?
don't have a question. I just have a request. I think you are using two devices, right? One is your laptop, another is your phone, right?
No, no, I am using only my laptop.
Only your laptop. Okay. The actually our voice keeps on echoing, which I don't understand. Why is it so?
Is
So
it
it is
happen to
very
all of you?
distracting.
Rajiv, my voice is echoing.
Uh, I mean, I
It's
connected
not
to my
your
mobile.
voice. It's like
Yes.
when we speak, we all speak, it keeps on echoing. So I'm not understanding the issue. It keeps on distracting from the point. What am I going? I keep on forgetting what points should I say. So can you figure it out? What is happening? I'm not sure. Is
Okay.
it for everybody or
Yeah, is
for
it
me? I'm not
everybody,
sure.
Rajiv, Orik, is it happening to all of you?
Yes, sir. It happens to our end as well.
Okay.
Right now also it's echoing.
So whenever you are speaking, you are getting
Yeah,
echo.
some echo is there actually when we are speaking.
Yeah.
Some echo is there.
Right now also I can hear the echo.
Okay. So let's, okay, Sunanda, we'll try to understand why it is happening. It is
Yes, because
recorded.
like when we start off talking, it keeps on echoing and we keep on forgetting. Like these are the points I was supposed to say. So it's very distracting. Can you please resolve this? Because we keep on hearing
I
our
will try.
voice.
Even I am not getting any echo, but you are getting echo. Why it is happening? We are using Google Meet, and I am not using one things I am recording. So one things that Sunanda just